Hi everyone, this is Margaret and I'm here to do this prom look that everyone's been asking for. So I'm going to give you my versatile take on it because this is not just for a prom. For those who are not going to a prom, I think you can use this for all sorts of different looks, but definitely I really want you guys to focus on this if you are going to the prom to do something that's very classical and vintage and modern all at the same time. And one of my inspirations that I have to say for this look is Pink. Pink, the recording artist, she's been doing this real classic vintage modern look at the same time, and she has her own take on it, but I really loved it and I thought this is such a great look for women who are definitely young and wants to definitely look pretty and glamorous but not take away from who they are. And this is such a great look and definitely a fun look to wear for prom. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting the foundation work. Now I'm using a silicone based foundation, and please keep in mind that with the foundation you want to make sure no matter what, your end goal is that you want to look completely flawless and even tone. Now foundation will cover discoloration, but it won't cover bumps in any raised areas of the skin. So just make sure that your key thing here is that you want to make the skin look flawless. You want to make it look even and just do as much of your cover in the color correction and foundation process, because that's where I think you're going to be able to really get the most out of the whole even tone of the skin. So now what I'm doing here is I'm blending it with my beauty blender brush, a sponge, not brush, and just really getting a real smooth finish. And I'm going to do some spot treatments on the little heavier areas, and what I usually do with that is just get my sponge as well, but also use my brush, dab some of the foundation, and then blend it with my fingers. It's a really great way to get the extra coverage. Now I'm going to set the face with some translucent powder, and this definitely will give it a nice set on the skin. Now one thing you have to remember when you're doing any kind of makeup, try to avoid setting the eyelids. Some people beg to differ, but I always say leave the eyelids alone. Don't put any translucent powder on before you do any kind of eye makeup, because the powder will set the foundation over the eyelid, and then it's going to be hard to put the makeup on, the shadow, the color on the eyes in the same level that you want it to be, because it's going to definitely not have anything to stick to, and you'll get a better payout with putting just shadow directly onto the foundation and use that as a base. So I'm going to take my wedge sponge and I'm just going to do my last final setting here, just to make sure that I don't get any like foundation creases and things like that. So you want to make sure you set those certain areas before you actually do any kind of color work. So, and I'm going to just go around the eyes and around the nose area, those hard to get areas, around the lips and area, the T-zone area. That's really important. So, and look at, we're getting really close to setting, and there we go. Now I'm going to use some fallout powder trick. So what I'm doing is I'm getting some translucent powder and loosely just having it sit underneath the eye. And this has been a long time, secret to many makeup artists. So just get your little fine blending brush and just add some fine spun translucent powder and just lay it right on top, just so that when you put the eye makeup on and whatever falls down on the cheek or under the eye, it will just sit on top of the powder. You can wipe it right off. So here I got the fallout powder all ready, and here Gia's a perfect look for this because she's just about to graduate high school, and she wanted me to give her something that would give her a real glamorous look for her prom night. And so I'm gonna definitely do this, it to encourage all girls to try different things, but this is a real fun classic look. And for those of you who want to do this look, it's great for a bridal, it's great for, going out to a nice formal evening, or just if you want to have fun, this is a really great look. So, try different variations, definitely. Don't be so stuck with one look. I'm going to use a real kind of bright, fun color on the lips as well. So, but clearly you can go classic red. You can do so many different things with this look. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the highlighter on, and I'm using my shadows and light technique. So I'm using light. Light pulls out, dark pulls in. So what I'm doing first is I'm putting all the highlighting color on first, and I'm doing that in order to create also optical illusions. So what I did, I put it underneath the brow bone, and I put it in the inner part of the eyes because I want to open her eyes up. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking my flat brush and I'm taking a taupey brown color, and if you see in my hands it's like a metallic-y kind of taupey brown, a soft brown, and I'm just going to go all around the lid. And so as you see, I'm putting this all around the lid. And it's a really soft color, and it really goes really well with the highlighting powder, which has kind of a goldy pearl to it. And the brown taupey color has a little bit of pearl in it as well. It's a little shimmer. So this is a really pretty look, and I'm just going to blend that all in together and just put it right on the lid like that. And then I'm going to get my blending brush, and now I'm going to blend all of this together so it kind of has an even, just like a smooth finish to it, and yet it has nice dimensions because of the brown adds depth, and the light adds more pull out. It creates a pull out look. So now you look at how soft and subtle that is. So now I'm going to darken the eyebrows, and I'm going to use just a straight brown, and this really will help define the brows in a way where it's really arched and just really pretty and classical. And with this look, you want definitely a strong brow, and I highly recommend that you do your best in creating this look without making it look too overdone. That's one of the key things. So as you see, I'm using my powder, and I'm using a really small flat pointed brush, and I'm just going right into the hair of the brows, and I'm going along the brow because she has got great brows. So I'm just going to follow her natural line, and see how on the right side it's just really strong. That's really what you want to get. Now I did both sides, so I'm just going to go right into the cheek, and I'm making her suck in her cheek, and I always say make like a fish. And I'm using a very kind of a peachy plumish color on the inner part of the cheekbone, where the cheekbone sinks in. And I think that's really important. I'm going all the way to the top of the side of her temples like that, and then going right underneath. And that really gives it a nice sunken, but also it gives her cheekbones a nice dimension to it. So I'm going to go on this side. You can look at it much better on this side. So I'm going right along her cheekbones, right in the sunken aspect of it. And then I'm going to go right inside. And then you just kind of make sure that you do this, gradually. You don't want to go and put too much on. I'm using a really soft brush so it doesn't apply too much all at once. And then I go kind of inside the brows, and then I go all the way up to the temple just to kind of bring it up a little bit, and just to create a nice glowing effect to the brow, because the blush definitely has a nice soft tone to it. It's got a little bit of a shimmer too. So, and now I'm using super black mascara, and I'm using a thick formulation. And as you see, I'm really coating each lash thoroughly. And I don't want any super heavy clumps, and if you have straight lashes, you want to make sure that you curl them. And I already did, and I didn't show you that because I have such limited time on this. So I am making sure that the top lashes are really the emphasis of this, because that really gives the nice, effect to this eye, because it's a very classic look. It's very vintage as well. And you can certainly put false eyelashes on this, and that makes it really nice too if you want to give it. But try individual lashes if you're going to do this, and put it towards the end of the lash line, because then you want to really make it more butterfly effect, and it's really pretty if you do that. And see how I'm just coating each lash really thoroughly, and see how it's just really building like that. And so now I'm going to just go right on the lower lash. I'm just going to coat it lightly, and not like I did on the top, but I'm just going to give it a nice coating. And especially I'm going to focus more on the outer parts of the lashes, so that way it creates a nice little dimension. Just give it a nice little once over all over. It gives it a really nice thing, and I'm just going to make sure that it really has a natural feel to it, but not, looking too natural, because this is definitely a more glamorous look. You see how you just coat each of the lashes carefully, and there we go. It's almost all there. It's looking so pretty. I love this look, and it's such a great look for, really all colors of what you're going to be wearing. So whether you're going real nude or neutral, or if you're going to go with a intense color. So now I'm taking a flat, squared off brush like this. You can use an eyeliner brush, but I like this brush to do the eyeliner. I'm using a black gel, and I'm just going right along the lash line, and I'm going to crash right into the lashes actually, and I'm just going to kick it with a little bit of a kick. And I want the line to have a little bit of thickness on the mid-range of the liner. Okay, so as you'll see, and then just with this, I want to make sure that I go from all the way down into the tear duct area and all the way into the liner in the mid, and making sure that it's a nice smooth transition. But I like a little bit of thickness in the mid-range of the liner, and that gives it a really nice vintage feel to this liner. So it kind of has a mountainous peak to it, and then it goes down narrow, and then it has a little bit of a kick. And this gives it a really nice effect to the liner. And so it takes practice. Please, girls, if you're going to do this look, practice this look before you do it. So see how it goes thin from the inner and up to the, see how it goes up to the mountain range of the mid range of the eyeliner, and then it goes back thin to the end with the kick. So here I'm going thin, and I'm just doing some soft little swoops, and then I'm picking it up right in the mid area, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a peak. This creates a really cool optical illusion. It's really wonderful. And so now I'm just going to now go all the way in and just kick it up, just a thin kick up. And it gives such a cute effect to this. I really think this is such a cute, glamorous effect. And it's so cute, and I love it, and it takes practice. But see how pretty that is? And it doesn't really need a whole lot, just a little bit, and be patient with this. Practice makes perfect, okay, ladies? And you don't have to use any kind of a specific eyeliner brush. You could use any type of eyeliner brush, whatever makes it easier for you to create the application. But make sure that you have good balance, and make sure that it's smooth, and you don't want any kind of bumpy edginess to the liner. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth and fluid, and that's really where you have to practice. And so this is, this is like, for me, what makes it really look awesome is that it's got such a natural feel to the still, just because it's not overdone, but it's got that sweet kind of innocent feel to this look using the real soft colors. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting like a brown, not a taupey brown, like a brown right on the lower liner, and see how that and I'm just blending it in, and I'm I'm starting that from the mid lower lash, and I'm kicking it out, and I'm kind of blending it with the black liner. So see how I did that very softly? Because you don't want to have that overpower the gel liner. So you add that in, and it's just such a nice effect. This I'm going to go with a real kind of true pink lip. And I call this like a tulip pink, and it's so pretty. It's so feminine. It's so perfect for spring summer look. But clearly, if you guys don't want to do this color, you can do the red. You can do orange. Orange is really great too. And if you want to go super classic, go with the classic red. Candy apple red or blood red is beautiful. Ox blood red is beautiful if you want to go more dramatic with it. And any color lip really will work. Try to stick with a matte color. Don't use anything shimmery or mixed with anything. Use a straight color for this. And I think it's so pretty. But this is such a great look. And this is, honestly, Pink, the artist Pink, she does this look really well. And I really got inspired by her. And she really loves that pink lip. So that's why I really took this as an inspiration from her. And there you go, ladies. There's my rendition of your prom look, and a look that you can use for any other reasons. If you are interested in learning more, go to my website at www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. And if you want to learn how to do makeup, come and take my online training or a private lesson. Thanks for watching. If you love it, please like it and subscribe, and stay tuned for many, many more. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon, and have a great prom.